Although this is the sixth Sunday of Ordinary Time, we're looking at Psalm 1. Blessed are they who hope in the Lord. Happiness. What is happiness and how can we find happiness? How can we truly attain happiness? You know, right now in the Northern Hemisphere, we're in winter. And a lot of people experience this winter blues. You know, there's no greenery out, there's no leaves on the trees, it's darker every day, it's cold. Well, there's a medical term for this. It's called SAD, S-A-D. It's an acronym meaning Seasonal Affective Disorder. And this is a real thing, and about 5% of adults suffer from SAD. And it's for the reasons I had just mentioned, right? It's just gloomy winter. It lacks the life of what spring brings, which is why it's so great to live in this hemisphere and be Christian, because the parallel works so well. Jesus is resurrected, and it's like nature rises again. And the readings this weekend are all about happiness and all about finding happiness. The analogy that's used in the readings is that of a tree. So you can almost think of yourself as a tree and Jesus as this river running right next to it. And Jesus can provide us with these graces. For instance, in the first reading in Jeremiah, "Blessed is the one who trusts in the Lord, whose hope is the Lord. He is like a tree planted beside the waters that stretches out its roots to the stream." Again, we're this tree and our roots are stretching out, staying close to Jesus. Psalm 1 puts it like this: "He is like a tree planted near running water that yields its fruit in due season and whose leaves never fade. Whatever he does prospers." And you could extend this tree analogy to Catholicism, right? Because if the river is Jesus Christ, the water is, you could think of as the graces that he gives to us in the sacraments. And if you think of a tree, you could almost use this tree analogy for a lot of the sacraments. Take the Eucharist, for instance. Adam and Eve eat from a tree, and thus is born original sin, which we all inherit. And they were promised death at that point. They were meant to live eternally. And because they ate from this tree, they would now die. And so you now fast forward to Jesus on Calvary, and we have this new tree of life. Jesus is sort of hung on this tree of wood, and he almost becomes this new tree of life. And we are promised not death now, but we are promised to live again, eternally with him. You take the sacrament of confession. You know, good trees, they need soil, they need water, they need sunlight. And sometimes as trees, we can start to get these weeds growing on us, the weeds representing sin. And so we go to the sacrament of confession to remove these weeds. You can use this tree analogy for the Catholic Church herself, which St. Paul does in Romans chapter 11. And Paul's talking about the Jews and the Gentiles and how they've been divided and then scattered and separated, but now they are united. And the reference he uses is like an olive tree, that they are now grafted to each other into this one olive tree, the universal church. So as we're coming to the close of winter, maybe when we see those trees growing their green leaves, we can think of ourselves as these trees and reconsider a lot of the sacraments and the graces that come from Jesus, who is the river, we are the trees. So let's pray with Psalm number 1.
Blessed are they who hope in the Lord. Blessed the man who follows not the counsel of the wicked, but delights in the law of the Lord, and meditates on his law both day and night. Blessed are they who hope in the Lord. He is like a tree planted near running water, that yields its fruit in due season, and whose leaves never fade. Whatever he does prospers. Blessed are they who hope in the Lord. Not so the wicked, not so. They are like chaff which the wind drives away. For the Lord watches over the way of the just, but the way of the wicked he vanishes. Blessed are they who